why don't you give us sort of the 30,000-foot view? What is Prometheus and what problem is it trying to solve?
Prometheus is a time series database and systems monitoring tool, or also service monitoring tool. And it really tries to be a whole ecosystem for getting metrics out of the things that you care about, whether those are machines or services, storing those metrics, being able to query those metrics with a nice dimensional query language, but also being able then to alert people when something goes wrong and to show nice dashboards. So it's kind of... It aims to replace things like Nagios, Graphite, StatsD, Ganglia, and so on in that space, and takes a much more modern approach to cloud-based monitoring, where things are much more dynamically being shifted around in the cloud. You have hundreds of instances of different types and so on. And yeah, the way this came about was that when I joined SoundCloud in 2012, I just came from Google as an SRE there, and I had some limited experience with monitoring. But if you then leave Google, you feel kind of naked in terms of what open source infrastructure software is available for you. And another person, Matt Proud, who actually also just joined at the same time, joined SoundCloud at the same time, also came from Google, felt very similarly, felt even stronger than me about this, and really convinced me to start building a monitoring tool from scratch. First, that kind of happened in our free time, but we also really wanted to tackle the problems that we saw at SoundCloud. SoundCloud at the time was using a mix of StatsD, Graphite, Nagios, Ganglia, and a bunch of other tools actually. And they weren't working so well anymore for what we wanted to do, because we already had this kind of Heroku-style in-house cluster scheduler with hundreds of different types of microservices and thousands of instances in total. And not only do you want to monitor the machines of that cluster, but for each of these microservices, you need to know about each of their instances, which are currently behaving well, how are they doing, and so on. And you need to know, you need to get very clear insight into, for example, if there's a latency spike, is it only one instance that has a problem, or is it, a global one? And Prometheus's nice dimensionality model allows you to do that, to measure that quite nicely, and then ask for that information in the way you need it, when you need it.